Welcome to the Wellness Made Easy podcast. Hi, I'm Larry Logsdon, and today we're throwing it back to a February 2023 episode as we discuss the amazing health benefits of polyphenols that are found in Noni juice and other plant-based foods. Joining me today is Dr. Bob Martin, host of the nation's largest weekend syndicated health talk show. Together, we'll explore how these powerful compounds can help support your heart, regulate blood pressure, and even reduce your risk of chronic diseases. Get ready for some valuable insights that you can apply to your everyday wellness journey.
So we have asked a special guest to join us here on the program. His name is Larry Logsdon. He is a functional food and exotic botanicals researcher and CEO of Tahiti Trader, distinguished producer of the world's finest and most medicinal Noni juice. We asked Larry to join us today to talk about these polyphenols, how we can access them and what they are and how you can leverage them to benefit your health and the health of your family. And with that, let us welcome back to the program, Larry Logsdon. Good day to you, Larry.
Hey, Dr. Bob. Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for joining us here on the show. Let's begin with just an overview of what polyphenols are. I think people may have heard the word before, but I want to have them reminded of that and have you define that for them.
Well, polyphenols are like these organic compounds that are found, abundantly in plants, including, fruits and vegetables and spices and stuff. And you might know them as, rutin and quercetin and these kinds of isolated compounds that are found in fruits and vegetables. Mm-hmm. They're just plain good for you, but they play a role. These polyphenols play a role in the regulation of metabolism, your weight, chronic disease, and the way cells form. It's a big deal, Dr. Bob.
All right. So there was a recent article that I know that you've looked at. It was published in the Journal of Nutrition about the benefits of consuming these polyphenols, making sure that we're getting enough of them in the diet. And I know you've had a chance to look at that. So tell us about this latest article published in the Journal of Clinical Nutrition about polyphenols in our diet.
Well, Dr. Bob, in this article, they were looking at what effect polyphenols have on weight management. And so they took two groups of people between 35 and 65 years old. Mm-hmm. Half of them, they didn't get the polyphenols, and the other half did. And what they found was there was a tremendous reduction in a substance called TMAO.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've talked about TMAO on this radio show before. Interestingly enough, some people, when they go to their doctors, they get focused in on cholesterol. The pharmaceutical companies pretty much rolled out the statin drugs, and it convinced everybody that if their cholesterol is over 200, they need to be immediately on statin drugs to lower the evil cholesterol. Even though cholesterol, we couldn't live without it. We couldn't survive as beings without it. But yet they never look at this marker that we've talked about it on this radio show before, this important marker. And many doctors now believing that having a blood test that includes this TMAO, which stands for trimethylamine N-oxide. Right. They believe that, and many doctors do, that it's more important than many of the other blood tests that are written with looked at with the cholesterol in it. So what they saw based in this article was this TMAO substance, when people included included the polyphenols in their diet, it was improved, was it not?
Yes, greatly improved. And that's a big deal because it is what is the regulator of these problems we have, like AFib, strokes, type 2 diabetes, cancer, liver, disease, kidney disease, you name it. They're all regulated by this particular material. And if you can reduce it, doggone it, you're going to find yourself in a whole lot healthier place.
I first found out about TMAO by reading an article, and you may have seen it too, Larry, by Cleveland Clinic. They were the ones who really brought this TMAO substance, this trimethylamine and oxide compound that our bodies make when we have too many animal foods, because that's where the origin of this organism that is made in our gut. When we, eat too many meats and too many dairy foods, our body can ferment those substances, those compounds, and generate this TMAO, which ratchets up our risk of heart attack, ratchets up stroke risk, and as you pointed out, can increase our risk of diabetes and kidney problems and even cancer. But folks, I encourage you not to believe me on this. Just find that Cleveland Clinic study. Just do a Google, Cleveland Clinic TMAO, and you will read something. And then the next time you're in your doctor's office, please ask your doctor if you eat any dairy foods whatsoever or any meat products, including red meats. Make sure that your doctor is monitoring and measuring this TMAO blood marker right along with your cholesterol, right along with your C-reactive protein, your homocysteine, your fibrinogen, because, hey, the more you know about your body, the better off you're going to be. I mean, that's the idea. Lowering that TMAO by optimizing your diet and cutting back on the dairy, cutting back on the red meats, you're going to be a lot better off. Now, the plant foods, Larry, I want to talk about that for a moment here, especially as it relates to the polyphenols, because taking in the polyphenols in the form of fruits and vegetables can offset this by cleaning up this TMAO substance, correct?
It's absolutely right. These natural plant compounds, Dr. Bob, seem to have an amazing way of neutralizing these TMAOs and just escorting them out the back door, so to speak, and cleaning up the residues that normally would be resident in the gut, which is your main problem. Mm-hmm. It's an amazing thing, and it's so darn simple, Dr. Bob.
All right. People may not be familiar with Noni, the fruit Noni. Tell us a little bit about that, but please just discuss that so people can become aware of it.
Well, among these fruits and vegetables we're talking about that will do the job of neutralizing the TMAOs, what you're going to find here is Noni is an amazing source of these polyphenols. In fact, Noni has more than 140 unique compounds not found in any other fruit or vegetable anywhere, and it contains such a broad array of these compounds that your body reacts very positively almost immediately. In fact, you can feel it when you drink it. I mean, it's that good of stuff. And, you can go the slow route if you like, but I wouldn't recommend that these days because there are so many foreign chemicals put into your foods today, folks. Mm-hmm. You need all the help you can get.
All right, let's talk about the two different forms of Noni. There's island style, which is the more therapeutic form. I kind of like compare that to, it's one of those things where apple cider vinegar is going to help you, and echinacea is going to help you, but it doesn't taste all that good. But that you're taking it for health's sake, as opposed to for lighting up your sweet taste buds on the back of your tongue. Right. So that's the reason you take the island style, whereas the other style of taking Noni juice that's flavored with blueberry? Did you say raspberry in the past, or was it strawberry? blueberry.
Blueberry, raspberry are the two flavor components in there that mask what would normally be difficult to drink. I mean, the island style Noni juice, actually, Dr. Bob, it's a fruit vinegar, so it's got a pretty nasty taste there.
Not any worse than kombucha, I'll tell you that. There's nothing.
Well, yeah. By the way, I've got a guy making me some Noni kombucha. That'll be interesting.
Okay, all right. That'll be a winner. I want to taste that one.
Yeah, you're going to like that. But, folks, the thing that's so interesting is that one of the things that's so interesting about Noni is that it's got the root and the quercetin and all the derivatives, and you're going to find that you feel a difference when you consume it. Almost the very first moment it hits your lips, it's that good. And you know what? No other fruit or vegetable is going to give that to you. And if you can feel it, you know it's working. That's what I always tell folks.
All right.
And the thing that's so important here is you only have one body. And these big food companies, they're not working for you. They're working against.
So true. So true. Larry, we're going to take a break here. And when we come back, I want to have you tell our audience how people can get to Noni juice, where they can purchase it, where they can experience it, where they can add more polyphenols into their diet to be able to counteract some of these most preventable problems, health concerns. All right, welcome back to the Dr. Bob Martin Show. We'll get back to our special guest in just a moment. Larry Logsdon is with us. He is a functional food and exotic botanical researcher and CEO of Tahiti Trader Noni Juice, the world's finest and most medicinal form of Noni juice. We'll get back to that conversation in a little bit. The reason we asked Larry to join us on the show is there was a recent study published in the Journal of Nutrition that found that foods that are high in polyphenol compounds can help clear out these problems that so many people face prematurely, such as heart problems and brain problems. And namely, we're talking about heart attacks and strokes. And we looked at that article out of the Journal of Nutrition, and I remembered an article that was published by Cleveland Clinic discussing the same compound, a compound that when we consume dairy foods and meat products, particularly red meat, it generates a compound in the gastrointestinal tract, abbreviated TMAO, which stands for trimethylene and oxide, which more and more doctors and researchers are looking at as a risk factor to a whole plethora of health-related problems, including heart attack and stroke and diabetes and AFib and kidney problems, liver disease, and even cancer. And when this substance builds up in your bloodstream, it puts you at a great risk. And here we have a study out of the Clinical Journal of Nutrition saying that polyphenols that we get in our diets through plant materials has a way to counteract these dangerous substances called TMAOs, which happen in people who consume dairy and meat products and their fermentation of that. So we recognize that you're not going to just have every single person say, okay, well, I'm done with dairy and meat. No, that's not going to happen. The goal would be to shift your diet, obviously, to more plant foods, a plant-based centered diet, maybe a Mediterranean style diet where instead of red meats every day, you put in salmon or sardines or anchovies or trout or something instead of all the red meat. And if you are going to consume dairy foods, why not consume the cultured dairy foods, yogurt, kefir, things like that are much better for you? And what we're discussing here is the possibility of using Noni juice as an exotic fruit substance because we know it is high in these polyphenols and over 140 other beneficial compounds that can help to neutralize that dangerous TMAO substance, which is generating all this new research and all these problems. That's the goal, because when they studied two groups of people and they gave them high polyphenol content through foods that are high in polyphenols, and one group that did not. Guess what? That TMAO substance, that dangerous substance that we get fermenting in our gut from dairy foods and red meats, it went way, way down. So it's a protective. It's almost like life insurance. So one tool is using noni juice. Obviously, more vegetables, more spices in your diet, all of that. But why not go with a therapeutic concentrate? And two different choices here. The island style, which is a fermented form of noni juice, which is kind of similar to apple cider vinegar or kombucha. I think it's a lot better and a lot healthier than those two. Or if you can't handle that one therapeutically, you can always use the noni juice that's flavored with delicious blueberry and raspberry. That's sort of covering up the taste of vinegar. A lot of people don't mind it, but here's the goal is to get that happening so that you don't end up with some premature problem. All right, let's bring Larry back. And Larry, the question was, where can people find out more about noni, how to use it, and just be taught, where to get it and how to utilize it and be able to benefit through it?
Well, Dr. Bob, we have at our website, TahitiTrader.com, a really great program available to people to teach them how they can build an amazing immune system utilizing a change in their diets, which you were talking about, together with the application of noni juice and other changes in lifestyle, which really benefit the human body. And we're offering that course. Normally, it's a $197 course. However, to Dr. Bob Martin listeners, it's free. You can get it at TahitiTrader.com. Now, if for some reason you don't have a computer, you could call our office at 1-800-842-5309, and we'd be happy to forward you a hard copy of the book, which is the essence of the program. Yeah. But this is really an important thing, ladies and gentlemen, because what you have here is you just don't know what the keys are to making things work properly. And this is going to really change the TMAOs in your diet, because we recommend going to more or less a Mediterranean style eating, which really changes the foods in your diet so you don't have these problems. But that, together with protection and knowing how to boost the body's normal defense mechanisms, is just outstanding.
All right, I want to give that information that people can get this free program. We appreciate that. Very generous. Teach people. That's what this show is all about. I mean, you talk about problems. This is the solution. TahitiTrader.com. That's TAHITI and then Trader, TRADER, TahitiTrader, all one word, .com, or call their toll-free number and inquire about getting the free how did you describe that again, Larry?
It's a booklet, Bob. We have a booklet. It's sort of like a workbook that goes along with our course. And some people like to, have a piece of paper to write on. Other people will work with their mobile device and just do it online. It's just whatever works for people.
Okay. And the toll-free number, in case you don't have the way to jump online to download that or get a hold of it, 800-842-5309. 800-842-5309 or TahitiTrader.com. And we're going to take a break. When we come back, a lot of people are hearing about noni for the very first time, Larry. I'm going to ask you some questions like, why aren't more people informed about this amazing exotic tropical fruit? And why don't they, why aren't they aware of it? And how do we find a way to help them become more aware of it, I guess? And I guess you're already doing that through the education process of the ebook and being able to do this. And we appreciate you giving that away to my listeners today. All right, back to our special guest, expert in exotic fruits and functional exotic fruits, Larry Logsdon with Tahiti Trader Noni Juice. And before we took the break there, Larry, I was saying to you, why isn't Noni juice more well known? I mean, everybody's saying, wait a minute, I got my OJ. You're not going to get my OJ out of my hand in the morning, or my apple juice or my grape juice. I've never even heard of Noni juice. So why should I try it?
Well, Dr. Bob, it's really an amazing thing. Noni juice has been around for recorded history, 2,000 years, to 5,000 years, going back to Indian Ayurvedic medicine. So it's been around quite a while. But you have to keep one thing in mind. This product, when you drink it on a regular basis, will reduce your need for many, many other pharmaceuticals. And so guess what? They don't want you to know about that. That doesn't help their business very much. Number one. Number two, it is not easy to make a good product that people will get high potency and the flavor works, because Americans don't want things that taste like crap. They just don't. And so that's a challenge. We've done a good job doing that, but it's very difficult to do. You won't find too many Noni juices out there that are any good, that have potency, and we do. And those things put together with the fact that you can demonstrate that this is working as you sip on it in the morning, like I just finished sipping mine. It actually, you can feel a sense of well-being come over you. That doesn't happen with orange juice, nor apple juice, maybe prune juice if you need that. I don't know.
Yeah, Americans do, trust me. Yeah. How much what are we talking about? How much? It is not like drinking a large glass. As I understand, it's just a matter of a couple ounces, right? Or an ounce or two.
Yeah, we recommend once you've got your body acclimated, 1 to 3 ounces a day.
Oh,
now, in the initiation period, when a person's first getting started, you may drink 3 ounces twice a day as your body is making the changes it needs to make, because it needs to have the right tools to make the changes. But once you're there, like myself, I've been doing this for many, many years, and 1 to 3 ounces and just sip on it like a fine wine is just an amazing thing, folks. You won't believe how well you feel.
Now, you said something about the immune system. How does Noni support the immune system? Everybody's worried about the immune system. It's, cold and flu season right now.
Well, here's the thing. Noni helps modulate the immune system. It helps the body create homeostasis, and that's your balance, your internal balance system. So if your immune system is suppressed or is down, it's because you've got things out of whack. Things aren't right in your diet and in your lifestyle. But Noni helps release scopolamine, and this gets your serotonin going. And what serotonin is, your master hormone. It directs traffic every place in the body, and it says, hey, Mr. Immune System, you're a little low, come on up. Okay. Oh, you're a little high, come on down. It helps get everything regulated again, and that's why you feel better. It's an amazing thing, and you'll notice a difference. Your immune system will respond dramatically, and when you combine Noni juice with vitamin D, you get a triple whammy.
All right. Now, Larry, where can people find Noni juice in the Valley of the Sun if they want to experience either the island style, which is the more therapeutic style, or the Noni juice that's flavored with blueberry, raspberry? Where can they find it here in the Valley of the Sun?
We are sold in all of GNC stores. We are in Sprouts, Farmers Market, and most natural food stores have got us, including natural grocers. We're everywhere. We're in about 25,000 stores nationwide, so you should be able to find us somewhere. If not, go online.
Yeah, we'll go online. Yeah, tdtrader.com. And they can also call this 800 number to get a hold of the ebook, The Solution, right?
That's correct. It's how to build an amazing immune system. 10 steps. It's a 56-page booklet that we produce that goes along with our course.
Oh,
and
fantastic.
I suggest getting your hands on this and see what the real steps are. It's not difficult. You just probably don't know what they are.
And it's a beautiful thing because Larry has made it at his expense, which I like, especially that. So if you want to find out more about that, go to TahitiTrader.com, TahitiTrader.com, or call their toll-free number at 800-842-5309. 800-842-5309. Larry Logsdon, thank you so very much for taking time out of your weekend to drop in and educate us about this topic.
My pleasure, Dr. Bob. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
All right, take good care and the good rest of the weekend to you, sir.
Thank you for listening to the Wellness Made Easy podcast. For more information on the benefits of Noni juice, visit us at TahitiTrader.com. Don't forget to follow us on social media and stay tuned for more episodes. Take care and be well. Thanks for listening.